NFL Week 4 props and parlays. In this video, I have two of my favorite player props for Sunday, as well as my anytime touchdown parlay of the weekend, which this week clocks in at plus 3,200 odds. If you are new, my name is Austin. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to the Call on Our Shot channel. As always, we begin recapping how we did the day before betting the NFL. In this case, Thursday. We're always going to be transparent. And unfortunately, we did lose a little bit of money on Thursday night. McBride hit his over in receptions, but not yards. Lost a couple long shot parlays. Had some life on some of them, but lost them nonetheless. Did cash the ladder challenge, which you love to see. We'll have day 4 posted for Sunday, so get amped up for that. It is a full Sunday slate, so there are going to be a couple plays that you will not find anywhere else besides our Dub Club. As you see right here, we are undefeated on VIP exclusive plays. If you've been in there, you've been reaping the rewards. Again, if you don't know what our Dub Club or our VIP is, well, allow me to tell you what it is. It's just our service where you get some exclusive plays only there. Helps support the channel as well. This weekend, we have 2 exclusive props, both at 1 unit, as well as a long shot parlay, plus 2,500-ish. Haven't placed it yet as I record this video. Probably be placed Sunday morning, but it'll be exclusive there. Again, all the tools and stuff you need. You can join the community, get access to the Discord, get exclusive plays and stuff, and you've been making your money back and then some with so far how they have done. Again, link is down below. It's only $5 for your first month if you use the link in the description. Like, get on in there. I hope to see a bunch of new faces there Sunday as we sweat out some bets. But let's dive into things. Let's just kick things off with a player prop. Let's talk all about Drake London. Over 5.5 receptions, plus 115 on BetMGM, a 1-unit play. I don't know where this line moves as kickoff approaches for this Falcons and Commanders game, but I love Drake London to get involved early. You could look at his yards, but I think based on what we saw from the Falcons offense last week against the Panthers, where they lost 30-0, they need to get Penix some easy completions. I mean, the man barely, I think, completed 50% of his passes last week. I think you get him early, and I think you're going to see some easy like out routes, curls, and stuff like that to his number 1 option, which is Drake London. I love his over in receptions. I think there's a chance he could ladder him up to like 7 or 8 receptions. Now, I won't spend all the day talking to Drake London, but this season he's seen the targets, 15, 4, and 8 targets. However, the last 2 weeks he has gone under this with 3 and 5 receptions, but he has dominated this matchup before against the Commanders. His last 2 matchups against them, once last year, once the year before, 9 and 7 receptions, double-digit targets in both those games. The Commanders aren't known for having an elite secondary. They have struggled a little bit versus wide receivers. We saw Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors combined for 11 receptions. Also saw last week Trey Tucker had that big 8 receptions for like 140 yards and 3 touchdowns. I really think this is a good upside spot here for Drake London to get going. I would consider laddering him up, and I might do that in that long shot parlay, maybe exclusive to the Dub Club. I don't know, but I really do think this is a great spot at plus money. Take it. Love Drake London. Love his over in yards, but I think he gets more receptions here. Give me the over at 5.5 at plus 115. Before we dive into our touchdown parlay, some things I need to get out of the way is that we do have a separate video. If you haven't checked it out, you should, because this video where we talk about every single game, give our favorite side or total in those games. This year, I don't know what's gotten in me. It had a 68% clip. If you counted my Seahawks lean as well on Thursday, it's 33 and 15. We go through every single game. So if you're curious on my thoughts on your team or how I think they might play this weekend, you can check that video out. I will link it down below. We also have another player props and parlays video posted Saturday evening around 6 p.m. or so. So make sure you tap into all the content and you don't miss it if you just hit that subscribe button. Pretty simple. Let's dive into my touchdown parlay of the week. We'll get into some more props. Let's talk with these 4 fellows. We've been close on the touchdown parlay. Week 1 went 3 for 4. Week 2, we cashed 4 for 4 plus 1,300. Week 3, we went 2 for 4. Not great. This week, we're going 4 for 4. Let's talk with these 4 fellas. DeAndre Swift of the Bears, Josh Jacobs of the Packers on Sunday Night Football, Kareem Hunt of the Kansas City Chiefs, and Travion Henderson of the Patriots. Now, Travion's the only one that actually plays in the 1 o'clock window, but we know Ramondre Stevenson. He's fumbled a lot, fumbled twice last week. One of them crucial at the goal line. Travion Henderson, love him or hate him, something he really didn't do in college. I don't know if he fumbled a single time in college. The guy just doesn't fumble the ball. So again, I don't know if Travion absorbs the whole workload this week. I'm sure Stevenson will still play a role, but you can't tell me Mike Vrabel and that offensive coordinator are like, hey, we're getting close. Do we really want to trust Ramondre who keeps putting the ball on the ground? I don't know. I think you'll see Stevenson or Henderson get some looks, and I also think it could house one here. Panthers are a really good matchup. Kareem Hunt should get the goal line work for the Chiefs against the Ravens. Tight game at home. I think Kareem Hunt's their goal line guy. Hope we can punch one in just like he did last week. DeAndre Swift, if you go to the top, he should get the goal line work for the Bears. Good favorable matchup for him against the Raiders. Also an elite pass catcher out of the backfield. I think he can score there. And then Josh Jacobs, I mean, he's minus 200 to score a touchdown. Broke his, I think, 11 straight games of scoring a TD last week. He ain't making it 2 in a row. He should score plus 3,200 on DraftKings. I used a little 33% boost. I will be tracking that as a 0.2 unit play. See if we can cash another one. We were great at touchdown parlays last year. Let's be great once again. At the end of the video, which I'll touch on in just a second, we will talk all about Underdog Fantasy. And if you have never signed up for Underdog, look, now's the time to do it, because look at all these promos they're giving you. A no sweat 50% boost on that Vikings and Steelers Dublin, Ireland game. You get 2 gimme picks. They're going nuts. In addition to that, if you sign up using my code COS, you just got to play $5 and they give you $100 in bonus funds. I mean, sign up. If it's in your state, these are all the states Underdog's in. If it's in your state, you should sign up. Not only that, last weekend in this identical video, we promoted Underdog and I delivered you guys a winning slip with this one. We're going to try to do it again in just one moment. And we're going to use this next player prop I'm about to talk on in that play. And then that Underdog Fantasy entry, again, code COS or the link down below. Let's dive into my second player prop in this video. Drake May. We're in a Drake mood here with Drake London and Drake May. This one under 32.5 yards for his longest completion. Only a half unit play at minus 110 on DraftKings. Now, Drake May, I think, could put up a big day against the Panthers, whose defense has been hit or miss this season, but been better than you would have expected. But the reason I really like this under here is Drake May, number one, his pass catchers aren't necessarily known for big play. I mean, Keyshawn Booty, sure, maybe he can make a big play. Stephon Diggs, maybe. But again, a lot of his pass catchers aren't going deep down the field, and I don't think they're going to in this matchup against the Panthers. So I love this under. I typically only play longest completion for a half unit because there is some volatility to it. If he completes a 5-yard pass and the Panthers miss maybe 2 tackles, we could lose that way. But I like this at a half unit. Let me talk about why. Now, so far, Drake May is only over this line at 1 game this season, and I don't see him making that a second game. And I think a big reason is the Panthers and their coverage. This season, the Panthers run cover 3 at the highest rate in the NFL. So you're bringing 3 guys back. They don't give up a ton of big, deep plays. But why is that? Because they really want to limit those big plays. But what happens is teams just run all over them. Hence why I like TreVeyon Henderson to score a touchdown. I'd be on his rush yards if I was 100% convinced that this would be his backfield. But again, a lot of cover 3 leads to a lot of rushing attempts and rushing yards. 5.7 yards per carry allowed to running backs this season for the Panthers, by far number 1 in the NFL. All 3 QBs that have faced this Panthers defense have gone under this line. Trevor Lawrence in week 1 with a 24-yard for his longest completion. Kyler Murray in week 2, 31 yards. And last week, Michael Penix, another 25-yard long completion. So again, this is a Panthers defense is playing super deep, a lot of cover 3. I think you could see Drake may have a good game, but I think he's just going to be dinking and dunking, maybe dishing it off to the tight ends and running backs. Maybe not a big day for the wide receivers coming your way. I'd fade one of their wide receivers, but again, they don't really have any that have high lines for me to get involved in fading. So again, I like Drake May. Well, I honestly don't love him, but I think that this is just not a great spot for him to chuck it deep down the field. Could he? Maybe. But I think everything underneath is going to be open. Let's hope the Panthers can ramp up and not let a guy miss like 6 tackles. Unless it's TreVeyon Henderson getting into the end zone, I might allow it there. But again, I really like Drake May's less than under 32.5 long completion. Just a half unit play. I will have a 1 unit prop for longest completion in the Saturday evening video. So stay tuned for that. Let's dive into my Underdog slip. I've already talked about it enough. If you haven't signed up for Underdog, boom, there's all the free promos they're giving out. Pretty sweet. Also, that play 5, get $100 in bonus funds. Like, now's the time to sign up. Use that code COS or the link down below. Like I said last week, we hit in this video for Underdog. Let's do it again. And wouldn't you know, we got a Bijan discount. So I took him down to 65.5 rush yards. I think he can get that. I don't know if he gets to 81.5, but I think he can get you a 70 plus. Then Drake May, less than 32.5 completion, longest completion. And then I dropped Drake London down to 5 plus receptions in case he wants to make us lose on the hook. But I think he gets at least 5, if not 6 or 7, like we have him for the normal one. So again, this is about 5x your money. $20 on that turns into about 100. I like it. Again, code COS. Sign up for Underdog Fantasy. Get on in there. Like I said at the top of the show, if you haven't been in the Dub Club, now is the time to join. Like I said, you get 2 1-unit player props for this weekend, a 0.1 unit long shot parlay. We've been dominating the VIP plays. Now's the time. Look, I like to give back to those people that support us, and that's how I do it. You get on in there. Now, you're still going to get plenty of plays, though, on this. We already have 2 in this video, plus the touchdown parlay. The Saturday evening video will include 4 or 5 more props, so you don't have to join. But again, it's $5. Get on in there, test it out for a month. If you like it, cool, stay in there for the NBA season, which that 1 month will get you to the NBA. If not, you just cancel and you lost $5, which you probably won't lose because our picks have been red hot. So you probably net in the positive. So again, you can join. All those links and stuff that I've talked about in the video are linked down below. I'm out of here. Let's have a great week 4. Let's keep cooking the books and let's cash day 4 of the ladder challenge plus all the other plays that are in these videos on the screen. Good luck. Let's dominate. And I'll see you guys back again in the next one. See you guys then. Peace.